Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, as I know that you're here from time zones all around the world. Welcome, and thank you for joining us in these most unusual and uncertain times for a tradition and celebration that I have done at Yale for the past 22 years at the end of every semester. You're about to take part in Yale's introductory and intermediate documentary filmmaking workshop's final project film festival. In one short semester, the world changed completely, and we were forced to adjust. Students spent the first half of the semester planning and preparing to shoot a documentary film of their choosing in and around the Yale campus and New Haven. Some students in the intermediate class had already begun shooting. Then the social distancing and shelter-in-place order came, as well as online instruction. In many ways, as digital filmmakers, the technological transitions were not too significant. A few years ago, I had moved all my teaching of image capture to smartphones, mostly because it's the one thing a student always has with them. Never again could they say, if I had only had my camera with me. They do. I've been accused of seeing every situation as a great movie. I am forever telling my students to raise the stakes of their work. Make a film about something that truly matters to them and their subjects. Well, never before did the opportunity present itself as it did this semester. And with these great obstacles for them to simply do the work, get it made, to be the very essence of self-reliance and guerrilla filmmakers, these students not only met the challenge unflinchingly, but succeeded in ways that are not always evident in normal classes. The way in which they collaborated and trusted each other despite the physical distance was extraordinary. For me, as I'm sure it will be for you, it was a privilege to get to know the lives of these students. And I really want to acknowledge their families, many of whom are participants in the films. You have helped me keep my faith in humanity by how you live your lives, how you love, and what your priorities are. You've made me optimistic about the future by the sacrifices you make for your family and friends. I would like for you to keep in mind that most of the students had very little film production experience prior to this class, which makes what you're about to see all the more remarkable when coupled with these circumstances. As I was programming the festival, I noticed certain themes emerge, and I grouped them accordingly. So please feel free to write notes in the chat box in real time to simulate the reactions that the students might be able to intuit if we had all been together in a theater. I'll begin our presentation, and as I have learned to say from constantly watching the Rachel Maddow show during this time, I'll see you on the other side.
You're making a movie on the net?
I am.
Just for vacation.
Good to see you. How you been? I'm trying to lose enough weight to fit that jacket. That's what I'm trying to do.
I'm retiring in at the end of this month, so I won't get as much chance to see you.
I've been out here for 31 years, 32.
You're probably ready to retire too.
Yeah. Back in the day, I used to work a lot of jobs. Back in the day. When I be 62 this year, then I started taping. Then you gotta send that sheetrock and you taped it down, you gotta send it on that dust. I had a mask on and everything. But it triggered my asthma. Then I had to get laid off and everything. They paid me. I laid off and everything, and they paid me. That money ran out. The unemployment money ran out. All the money ran out. Then I just got evicted and everything. Then I just end up coming downtown. And I end up on the street. work today, but I choose to sell flowers. If I had a car, I have flowers every day. And Marcella said that they must move.
Well, right there was a stop sign. Some of them don't have no stop.
There. Yeah, that's what I'm saying when I get outside.
I think you'll go up. Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's Day.
You can't give her. Oh, I got 2 gift cards.
Oh yeah.
Can't you smell them?
I can.
All right, how you doing? All right, oh, can I go back there and get some? Yes. Thank you.
How often do you come here?
Whenever I get a ride, I like to come here all the time.
Yeah.
But you see, as you see, ain't no, I don't think I can catch a bus out here. I miss you. I miss you so much.
I've been away from downtown.
Yeah, I know. Happy Valentine's. All right. Balloon flowers, flowers, balloons. Balloons and flowers. Balloons and flowers. Balloons or flowers. Flowers, balloons. Balloons, flowers. Flowers, balloons. I asked you to help me out because I do need help. Hello, would you like to flowers or balloons? Balloons. Flowers or balloons.
How you feeling right now?
Oh.
Cold?
But I can't go in because I've missed somebody who's been looking for flowers.
Yeah.
See, this the thing about sitting outside.
Yeah.
You can't take a break. Because if I go near to use the bathroom to piss or something, that means somebody came by who be looking for me. They ain't coming back. Now look, they're gonna think, hey, my friend, how you know? They're gonna think I had left. She see me. I'll tell you, I know everybody. She worked for the law school. I know everybody.
I was walking around downtown, I was working downtown, and she was always out here selling flowers, and then I was like, a lot of my friends knew her, and were like, this is Annette, and I was like, hi Annette, and then like just every time we would see each other, we'd be like, hey, what's up? She's really nice. I like her a lot. She was one of like the first people that I really like, I don't know, got to know in New Haven.
I know a lot of people. Hey, my friend. He went to school at Yale. All right. Hey, my friend. Long time no see. I know. Everybody, a lot of people do. And it's hard for you to sell the flowers now because the kids buy them online ahead of time. Oh, my God. Hey, my friend, your wife here?
No, I just arrived.
All right, you want the balloon? Hey, girlfriend, balloons or flowers?
How much are they?
The balloons are $5 and the flowers are $2.
$2. Okay, I can do that.
All right, thank you.
Beautiful, thank
you.
This is a chilly Valentine's Day.
No, it's perfect. Normally it'd be freezing. Normally you got snow on the ground and freezing cold, below the temperature.
Today is a good
Today
day.
is perfect. It is sunny and dry.
It is.
And no snow on the ground. One year when pouring down rain, you got a One year I had to put my flowers in the door right
In the
here.
door?
Yeah, they let me put them inside. You just wanted one? Yeah.
Just one. That's
You
okay.
wanted the red one?
Yeah, that's beautiful. Perfect for Valentine's Day.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's.
Yeah, you too. Thank you so much. Here you go.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And good luck
Have
in
a great day.
Pennsylvania.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Hello. Flowers and balloons. The flowers is $2. And the balloon is $5. I may ask people to help me out, but I ain't scheming on you. I ain't gonna take nothing from you. I mean, you give me whatever you want to give me. I don't set no price. You give me what you want to give me. Hello. I don't see why that boy he should scheme me like that. Hello. Hey, how you doing? I like you a lot.
Thank you. Are you selling the balloons?
Exactly. $5 for the balloons. That other one wasn't coming. I was trying to get the other one. See, this one right here, this is one where he really wants.
Annette! Hey!
God, this stuff. All that stuff's going.
How did it go today?
It went all right.
Went all right? Looks like you got a lot sold.
Yeah, I'm about to catch the bus now.
All right, I'll see you.
All right. Miss Lady, would you like to help me out today? Yeah. Get back, whatever. When people ignore you, when you get ignored, you know, and I know I talk loud. I know these people hear me. Just keep on working. That's when I get that. You don't even have to help me out. I'm gonna tell you have a good day. When you ignore me, and I know you hear me, then I still don't say nothing, but it gets your blood boiling.
Yeah.
So you gotta bite the tongue right off. I done bit my tongue so much, I should not be able to talk. I should not be able to talk, but you can't say nothing. You got people gonna be people. They don't have to speak. If I yell at you because you didn't say nothing to me, you know, then I'm gonna come back tomorrow and sit right here, and the Lord might slap handcuffs on me. I got arrested 69 times in 32 years. Whatever happened in the freedom of speech. Why I got arrested 69 times for asking the person to help me out? Why? Why would the law allow it? Huh? Now I got a record on me for the rest of my life. I'm gonna have this here charge on me. If I was looking for a job, they're gonna look it up that I got a record. And then that the job ain't gonna go into my record to see what I got arrested for. They're not gonna say I got a felony. Hello?
Yeah.
And then that the young students, they want to know why I don't look for a job. That is one perfect reason why. That I would have a job, but I've been out here for 35 years. 32 years. I've been out here on the sidewalk. So now I don't know what to put on my resume. Hey, girlfriend, where's your bed?
No, I've been away too long.
Yeah, you're about to leave me. Oh, I meant to show you. I brought me something with that gift card you had gave me.
Oh, you
too.
did? Really?
I brought me a long necklace, the pearl.
Oh, cute.
I had to
Very
put some more
classic.
money with it, but I mean, your gift card it worked out fine.
Okay, well, you got something. Yay.
I'm gonna take a picture of it and show you.
Oh, okay. I'll come by soon and see the picture then.
Please, girlfriend, please come by. Hello, technically, this is my job. I sell flowers I used to sell flowers for $1 for 30 years. I just went up to $2. But the reason why I don't got flowers every day now, because they closed down the flower vendor where I used to go at Paradis and Amity. I used to catch the bus there every other day. Here's on my vendor license right here. This is my vendor license.
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
So technically, I have a job.
Yeah.
If y'all take time out in your life and stop when I ask y'all a question instead of saying, I got to go to class or I'm running late to something, and y'all don't even give a sister time enough to explain it. Y'all got to run. So how can you tell me I should get a job? Stop and talk. Point blank. No, stop and talk instead of being afraid to talk to people. And I'm the nicest person out here. I ain't gonna make you give me nothing. If you can give me something if you want to, but I'm still not gonna get mad. Watch how you get mad. Now that right there is your money. You do what you want to do it. You know how many people in 30 and 32 years told me sorry? But I'm still out here though. Because you know why? Because I don't make a person, I don't get mad with a person. I tell a person every day to have a good day. Hey, beautiful.
Say hi.
I love your sneakers and everything.
Oh, she said you're
a kid. Oh, she is beautiful. Oh my God, y'all keep an eye on the princess. Oh, she is beautiful though. Bye.
For at least 5 years now, I have been battling health crisis, very serious crisis. I should have been gone at least 5 different occasions where doctors are scratching their head as to why I was still here.
My son was killed in 2003 in a fatal car crash. He was on his way home from work, 2 weeks from graduating, getting his bachelor's degree. He had finished college. He was married, had a 2-year-old son, and my daughter-in-law was 8 months pregnant with my granddaughter. And she was due the next month. I was married in the Christian faith, and I was married to a minister. At that time, I got angry with God. It left a hole in my heart that has never filled, never filled. Originally, I am from California. And so I met my husband here, and I was studying Islam at the time. Christianity offered some things, but some things I felt were still missing within my soul. And so I began the journey into Islam. Part of it was twofold, because some of it was spiritual and some of it was a romance of sorts, because I fell in love in the process.
We have to remember that with all of these things going on around us, with all of these hardships and problems and confusion that's going on around us, this chaos, Allah says to us clearly, the unbelievers can plot and plan, but the best of planners is who? The best of planners is Allah.
God is the source of our existence, the creation. We are His creation. And so I turn to God for everything. And it is through that I'm able to tell anyone else who finds themselves in a space of darkness that God will bring you to the light. You trust and believe.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. أكبر.
I went through a disaster relief program out of New York, where I was trained for disasters to go in as a chaplain and assess an area of disaster, and to go in there and to assist with the emotional and spiritual support of individuals who have found themselves in a crisis that is out of their control. My husband and I were sitting and watching television, and the news came on that morning, and there was a gunshot.
9:40 a.m. Reports of gunfire at Sandy Hook Elementary.
18 children died in the school, were dead on the scene. 2 more were taken to the hospital and died there.
And this headline from the Hartford Courant right here says it all. Our hearts are broken, speaking for so many Americans today. Over 20 little children dead, more adults died after the worst shooting ever at a grade school. Here is what we know right now.
And so 3 o'clock that following morning, which was a Saturday morning, 3 a.m., I found myself in the fire station of Newtown.
Such a sad morning here in Newtown, Connecticut. I'm joined by Elizabeth Vargas in New York. And right behind me, the Sandy Hook Firehouse, where moms and dads came to learn about their children, many sleeping here through the night.
And I could see the brokenness as I looked around the room and assessed the room. I could see and feel this brokenness that was there. I had, as a matter of fact, my number was 7. I had seen 7 babies by then. I had witnessed their little bodies being brutally heads blown off, chest blown open, things that no one should see. I had witnessed these things and seen these things, and I had seen the parents' faces and dealt with their pain and hugged them and held them and tried to take away some of that discomfort that really no one can take away but God, but being there to kind of assist with their processing all of this evilness. That there was one little fella, Jesse, whose mom, when I went into her home, she was sitting up in a fetal position, just rocking on the sofa, totally in just a daze of bewilderment. She wanted to talk about Jesse, and he was a little boy who wanted to be a soldier. Jesse did. She said he was often running around the house, pow, 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 because he wanted to be a soldier. She's sitting there, and she didn't know how she was going to be able to stand up and bury her child. And so I washed her feet. We got a pan and washed her feet and prayed over her feet. You're going to pray for strength to stand there, and you will get through it. God will carry you through it if you ask God to. And she just could not see how she was going to make it through this. It was a time in my life where not only was it reflective of what I had been through as a mother and experiencing the loss of a child, my one and only child, and how devastating that was for me. That particular experience resonated with me so deeply to the core of my soul that I had hoped that my being there made a difference in someone's life there, to where they could give me some of that pain and I could take it and then go away and get rid of it. I dreamt that I was climbing this ladder from the earth on up into the atmosphere. I could see the stars. I mean, just as clearly as I could see the doorknobs there. Mm-hmm. I was on this ladder climbing. And I get to the top and I climb over. And when I climb over, I knock at the door and no one will answer. And so I climb back down. As I get closer and closer to earth, back to earth, I wake up. Now, the metaphor in that, God wasn't ready for me.
الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم.
I left school a month ago for spring break. A few days in, I got a phone call from my dad.
I just want to say that I think we're going through the craziest time of my lifetime. And I'm glad that we're going through it together as a family. And I think it's quite possible that by tomorrow, a whole bunch of us are, turn out to have this thing.
When I landed back in Denver, I remembered all of the things I had left in New Haven.
The laws and rules that are put in place mean nobody will help you, even face to face. Drop something on the floor, pick it up yourself. All these pressures at the door. How's my mental health? Makes you think, makes you stop for a second. In the moment.
Returning home faced with the prospect of finishing the semester from my childhood bedroom felt like a step in the wrong direction. It felt like I was regressing back to adolescence. I always feel weirdly nostalgic when I come home. This is a box that I made when I moved out for college. Alright, we're gonna open it, see what we have. Oh my god. Here's my Yale letter. Oh. This is so sad. I was so excited. Ah. This is crazy. I found my ex-boyfriend's sketchbook from high school. I've been thinking a lot about him lately because just because I'm home, and like the last time I was really living here, we were together. I left Yale, I was dating somebody, but I don't know, it's kind of crazy. We had only been dating for about a month or so, so the idea that like we'll do this 5 months of long distance is crazy. I have my first Zoom class. Oh my gosh, I don't know how this is gonna work. Let's see.
Parts of it might be lost on people, or no one will recognize that the meter is wrong. But if it doesn't say exactly what I want it to say and the way I want to say it, and someone misinterprets it, then from my perspective, that could be my fault.
I've been running a lot lately because there's really nothing else to do. I'm going on a run with my mask for the first time, so hopefully I don't asphyxiate or anything. I was thinking about this project a lot while I was running. It's just, I've been so unproductive, and I feel like I'm wasting my quarantine. And then I think about the fact that we're in a global pandemic, and it's like circles constantly around my head about what's going on.
I think you guys have been doing well. I think we've all been doing well. And as miserable it is for you and Helena to be home from school, and for Anne to have you home from school since she said to give up the house, it's incredible for us to have the three of you here.
I am grateful that you guys have online school, because I think without that structure it would be much, much harder. So having work for everybody, whether that's school or professional work or projects, has been really, really important.
Okay. Annie, what have you been doing to keep things interesting? You got it.
Baking.
Out of everything that's changed, I miss my friends the most. I spend some time calling and texting with my friends every day, but it's not the same.
Your skin looks great.
It looks flawless.
Yeah, your skin looks perfect.
That's the computer lighting.
Whatever. Well, I have been fine. I had like a rough week, I think.
Yeah.
Carol and I were just saying that, like, usually there are like good days and bad days. Now it's like there are fine days, and then there are horrible days. It's like shifted a little bit.
I am still texting with the guy I was dating before social distancing, and that is always the best part of my day. We still haven't talked about our relationship during this pandemic. I think that neither of us really knows what to say.
Would you rather have the good news at a bad time or bad news at a good? Give me the good news, please. Okay, bad times don't last forever. Man, I needed that. And the bad news? Good times don't last forever either. So news is basically things change. When it's bad, we need the good. That's new, old, and always.
I'm pretty weepy right now because I just listened to this daily podcast that basically said, like, we're being optimistic about reopening in a few months because we want to be, but there's actually nothing to support that, which is a little scary, and that this is going to be like a 2-year, 3-year, maybe 4 like process of recovering and self-isolating, which is horrible. I don't know, I'm kind of scared I'm gonna end up finishing college here at this desk.
Was in another lifetime, one of toil and blood, when darkness was a virtue and the road was caked with mud. I came in from the wilderness, a creature void of form. Come in, she said, I'll give you shelter from the storm.
I was a visiting student at Yale from 2019 to 2020. My program was supposed to end in May, but due to the coronavirus situation, I left in March. And the week leading up to it was quite a lot.
I am feeling pretty calm. I really am all on my own for the next 3-4 days before I go to Atlanta. Life is good even though you're not going to Emory after all. I hope I still go to Tennessee because I really want to get the fuck out of here. I feel like I am really getting closer to where I want to be in the future this semester, and it feels amazing. So yeah, life is good, man. Good shit. Good shit. The past 2 days has been a series of like rushed decisions. In the morning, Vivis told us all to get out. In the afternoon, I got an email from head of college Evans saying that I could stay. That I cancelled my Tennessee trip, and now I'm waiting on a refund. It's $400, and I just hope. I'm clinging on to the hope that classes resume as per normal after April 5th, but seems unlikely. So I just hope staying is for the better as everybody else leaves. About that, I'm leaving. But yeah, I guess I'm slowly coming to terms with leaving. I have no choice but to come to terms with it. Yeah. That's my last morning in New Haven. I feel pretty shit. Not the ideal way to leave, but that's how it is. I'm packing up all my stuff. Barring the last 2 weeks, this semester has been pretty great. So that was it. In 3 days, I packed up my things from the past year. I got on a train, a plane, and I made my way home. When I was first asked to leave New Haven, I was pretty nervous because I had been living away from home for a long time. Even prior to going to the US, I was on campus for most of my first 2 years of university in Singapore. Coming back would be the first time that I was spending an extended period of time at home again for the past 3 years since high school. So that wasn't something that I was used to, and I guess the reason why I feared that so much was because I had gotten very used to living by my own schedule, going where I wanted to go. Most importantly, I had this emotional freedom. I was free to feel the way I wanted to feel. If it was a shit day, it was a shit day, and that would be okay.
Maybe I've done enough. You're golden chocolate.
The other reason why I wasn't ready to return home was because I had no sense, no reason, no chance, I guess, to return back to the US after I left. Yeah, and I guess I had mentally prepared to have 8 months to see the United States, to see the 4 seasons, to see the spring flowers bloom in full, and I didn't get to see that. So it took a while to come to terms with the fact that I wouldn't get to see what I thought I would. I also had this friend who was 71 years old, and I was worried that I just wouldn't be able to see her in person again if I were to leave. So when we returned back home to the airport, we were all ushered to this counter where we were given this 4-page document which detailed the conditions of our stay-home notice. Basically, we had to stay home for 14 days. We couldn't leave the house. If we did, we could be jailed or fined, or both, I think, which is pretty extreme. And every day, someone would call me to make sure that I was at home. So they would call me at random times of the day, and I'll have to answer with a video call and prove that I'm in my room or prove that I'm at home. I confined myself to my room because I have a 60-year-old domestic helper and I didn't want to accidentally spread the virus to her. So I basically spend 99% of my time in my room, eating, talking to friends, doing work, doing yoga, exercising, doing art, journaling.
There's no sunshine. This impossible year, only black days and sky grey and clouds full of fear.
And it sounds very stifling actually to be locked up in 4 walls and to have someone constantly checking that you are within those 4 walls. But well, in that 2-week time period, the feeling that I felt the most was this sense of freedom, this sense of control, which I was craving so much and I thought I wouldn't have. So that was great for my mental health. I got to be very comfortable with myself in a way that I haven't felt in a very long time.
just intrude and exclude this impossible year.
Since then, it's been a week that I have been off my self-quarantine. So I've been stepping out of my room more. And actually, I'm only recording this interview now because I wasn't feeling too good before this. Like, the news just got worse. Right now in Singapore, the most vulnerable communities are being affected by the virus the worst. And you just feel really powerless because for me, I don't want to leave my house to volunteer because my domestic helper is 60, so I really don't want to spread it to her. And it's like, what do you do when the responsible thing is to do nothing? Almost. This whole experience has shown me that like things can really change. I thought I was I still am living my best life, so to speak, because I'm doing projects that I'm proud of. I've done abs every day for the past 10 days. I have a tally on my whiteboard over there where I have been like marking strokes every day. So I am like taking these steps to retain the control that I newly gained again in the 14-day self-isolation period. I'm finding this sort of comfort in the uncertainty, almost. Because I know I can deal with it, and I know that, you know, as much as things could take turns for the worse, they could also take turns for the better. And most of all, I can deal with it. And there's so much more out there, which I'm so excited about. And yeah.
So I've decided that I'm going to do this as a vlog style video. I've never done anything like this before, so I'm excited and a little bit uncomfortable since realizing that this project combines so many of my different weaknesses. I've decided to just meet it where it's at and treat it as a project to commemorate this time for myself. So I decided I could do that by reflecting on a couple of my experiences, I guess from this time, and things that have stuck with me or struck me. Where I'm staying is right outside of USC, just outside downtown, right by USC's campus. And nearby is Exposition Park and the Natural History Museum and a rose garden. And so I spend a lot of time walking past the rose garden, and it's been lovely to watch it bloom. And one of the first days when I was there, I was just standing looking at the plants, I guess because there's not much to do. And there was this couple, a couple of yards from me, who jumped over the fence into the garden and were walking through it, and it was completely abandoned except for the two of them. And it was beautiful. It was really beautiful. And then today I was walking past the rose garden again. There's probably five weeks between the two incidents. And there was a guy riding by on his bike, and we said hello, and then he hopped over into the garden and picked some flowers and reached them out to me and gave them to me, which was nice.
and it made me feel good. It was very kind, and we exchanged some words. I don't remember his name, but he was very kind. And then I left the flowers outside of the apartment building because I was afraid my roommate would freak out that I was bringing COVID into our apartment. Yeah.
They all agreed they thought you'd be a fun person to be quarantined with.
That's awesome. I'm glad that I come across that way. Am I?
We met the day before high school started, and since then we've just randomly been kind of thrown back into each other's lives. And we would always joke up until now that, oh, I wonder what it is. What does the world have in store? You know, why are we so randomly thrown into each other's lives like this? And we thought it was so funny, and we'd always joke like, oh, we're really meant for something. And so now it's like, huh, maybe this was it.
Oh my god, Julia, hi, how are you?
Hi.
Come on in. So welcome to my home. It's a studio. This is where Julia sleeps now. This couch. It actually folds out into a bed, but I don't know how to. So it stays like that. This is my bedroom. And my closet. Bedroom. Closet. Bedroom. Closet. And if you turn around, that's the bathroom.
But throughout this time, a lot of wonderful things have happened. I don't know. I think what I want to do is read aloud my writing, because I think that since all of the other aspects of this video are very intimate and uncomfortable for me, why not just go all the way in?
Today, March 18th, 2020, is my good friend Sydney's 22nd birthday. I was supposed to be in New York City today celebrating with her. I would have taken the MTA 2 hours this morning to Grand Central Station, been knocked around by all of the tourists and the commuters, and then squeezed to the nearest exit, probably cursing under my breath. Instead, I am sitting on a couch reading the news. The sun is streaming through strong here in California. I spent this morning indoors with a different friend. It wasn't a celebration. He cooked eggs at the stove and then blew bubbles with the dish soap at the sink. I sat on his couch sipping water and letting my eyes raise to the ceiling. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about those things that people tell you to expect in your life. Things that are categorized by the label, you'll know it when it happens. I began collecting these items at the turn of the new year while I was still joking about parties like the 1920s with cigarette holders and shift dresses. This is a list of things that I've been told I'll know once I feel them. Deja vu, love, orgasms, and being high. Before I felt these things in their actual forms, I experienced something very close to the real thing and wondered if that was it. This morning, sitting on my friend's couch reading the news, I felt despair for the first time. Explaining it later, I attributed the feeling to a headline in the New York Times, which changed now every 5 minutes. The article cited an 18-month expected duration for this pandemic. I keep screenshots on my phone to look back again on shocking news after it's mild, to get better perspective from distance. I'm scared of what it will mean for today's headlines to become mild. A week ago today, the stacked updates were vague warnings and half predictions. Italy was just ordering businesses to close. The World Health Organization had just declared a pandemic. Today, the papers are filled with still vague but now fevered warnings and strict commands. Half of them sound like memes, and the others sound like the end of our world. Our world is shutting down. One woman writes, "The world we once lived in has vanished." All of the action in my life occurs virtually now. My mayor is a voice streamed through Facebook Live. He says scary things and comforting things. He changed his profile picture to a professional image of him wearing a mask. There is so much text in front of my eyes with drastic words and vague but alarming headlines. More severe than the Great Recession. Zoom is where we hang out now. Is it okay to take a walk? Trading halted on Wall Street. We're heading into the abyss. Our president says, quote, "I don't take responsibility at all." I'm sitting here on Sydney's birthday thinking about her and not being with her.
When we lived in the same high school dorm, I would slip down to her room most nights in an oversized shirt and pants that didn't fit quite right, to sit on her floor and watch her fold laundry, or watch her calculate sums, or perform any number of tasks that built to more difficult ones later. I guess I do these types of things now too. It's mundane and calm in my life during this pandemic. So loud, and then so quiet.
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through to make those rainbows in my mind. When I think of you sometime, and I want to spend some time with you, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us.
2020 was going to be a good year. And it was. Until really suddenly it wasn't.
God damn it. I mean, that means we're gonna fucking make you go home.
It says, please make every effort to return home as soon as possible and no later than Sunday, March 15th.
The death toll is now more than 22,000 nationwide.
The stay-at-home and social and physical distancing restrictions. People really do need to stay at home.
Social distancing measures.
Coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
Coronavirus. Coronavirus.
I did not get my proposed 7.5 hours of sleep last night, so I would love nothing more than to skip Korean and go back to bed, but I guess I actually have to keep myself accountable. I just hate that I have to do work right now. Like, why? Everything just feels like so inconsequential. So I just feel ridiculous that I'm worried about, like, my Korean grade when I can't go to the store because I'm afraid I will get sick and die. I thought I was doing everything right, everything they tell you to do to stay happy, but it still felt like I was just going through the motions. And I could always find something that I had done wrong. Well, I allotted myself at least 30 minutes a day for creativity, and I've spent the last 4 hours working on music. Everything blends together in quarantine. Every day might as well be the same day played over and over again. It's the same motions. Eat your meals. Do your exercise. I hate this. Finish your schoolwork. And then it's the next day again. I danced a lot with my friends at school. Or in high school, if we were stressed, we would drive around and blast music until we found an empty parking lot that we could scream in. And we would scream together. It's 3:20 p.m. on Sunday. I should be feeling pretty good about myself right now because I went through this whole stack of flashcards of Korean words and memorized Korean to English and English to Korean, and I'm gonna study tonight before I go to bed and tomorrow in the morning before the test. And technically, I don't really have anything else I have to do right now, but like, why can't, like, I feel so anxious right now. I feel like I just have to like just work. Like, I just have to work because I have an essay that's due in 9 days. Usually I write essays like 2 days before and it's always fine. But then I feel like this super extreme pressure right now to do like revolutionary stuff. Like, I feel like I need to make like a script right now for some kind of short film that's going to be amazing, or I need to start editing this project that I'm filming for right now, and other video projects that I feel like I should be editing or working on. But why can't I relax? I'm freaking out right now mentally, even though I know rationally I don't have to be doing anything. If I wanted to, I could very well just lie on my bed or like read a book and I would be fine. Like, I have the whole rest of the week to do all this stuff. So why do I feel like I have to do it right now? I'm worried that this project is making things worse for me instead of better. It feels that way right now. This is what so many weekends feel like to me, because I'm like, I've got to be productive. I've got to be productive. Like, I don't know how to relax. I don't know how to relax. It's either I don't know how to relax, or it's I can't bring myself to do anything productive, even though I know I need to, like really need to, but I can't get out of bed. And it's made worse by the fact that I can't even talk to anyone about this in person. Like, I have to talk to my camera right now. Right now I could be talking to a friend and they would give me some like rational advice and be like, let's go like play a game for a little bit. Let's take your mind off of this. But no, it's just me and my own head all the time, 24/7. Whatever. Oh. I literally hate my life right now. Whatever, I'm just gonna watch Lady Bird and cry and then go to sleep. Oh, I'm so mad at myself. I was doing so well. Now I can't do anything. Just wanna lie here, not finish. I've made the executive decision that this day is not going to be bad. Like, I'm just not going to let it be bad. I'm going to do my homework right now. Maybe it'll suck. Maybe I won't get a perfect grade, but you know what? It's pass-fail anyway, and 50% is better than a 0%. Whatever.
My name is Angel, or Angel.
Angel's like kind of chaotic. Angel can be a little erratic, but ultimately very reliable fellow.
Angel's a stout young man who does well with women and men.
I'm Malik.
Malik is an indie child.
Malik is lonely and cool.
She likes music and radio and has pretty good taste in clothes. I'm Alex Briasco Stewart.
Alex is a SpaceX baller.
He sticks to his routines. I think you have to get to know him to like warm up to him. I'm Michelle. Michelle really brings a very positive energy.
Michelle giggles a lot.
Michelle doesn't actually live in this house, but she's staying here because we like her.
I'm Gage.
Gage is a unique person. He has his own schedule, lives in his own world, kinda.
Gage is a wild child. Most of the day I spend cooking, baking because I'm hungry all the time, playing Fortnite with Angel, and then also doing homework. I'm super bored.
Gage cut my hair while he was drunk. It looked like straight ass.
Angel cut my hair, and that's how I ended up cutting his hair. I had good intentions at the time, but I was drunk.
We've just been hanging out, trying to get work done, not getting any work done at all.
I just watch a lot of YouTube now. Way too much YouTube.
I think some people need to go to bed at a time that's earlier than 4 a.m.
Me and Michelle are the only two people who act like normal people. Everyone else is actually nocturnal.
I sleep sporadically. I would compare it to that of a hunter-gatherer. I only fulfill my basic needs, and then I sleep. Probably somewhere between 14 to 16.
Yeah, we're all pretty bored out here. I think we're going a little stir-crazy.
Everyone's being driven up the wall by celibacy.
Will orgasm at the sight of anything remotely sexual. Like the living room light that resembles a breast.
Everyone's thirsty.
There's literally nothing to do in quarantine.
Enter Tinder.
How many of you are on Tinder?
I've been listening to all the young people in my office talk about Tinder.
Tinder is a free mobile app where you look at pictures of other people and decide if you like what you see.
Tinder's just a hookup app.
When I first heard about Tinder, I was just kind of shocked and thought it was kind of gross.
The app is blowing up on college campuses.
I guess I wanted to make a Tinder because I never made one before.
My first name, Michelle. Okay, do I have to put a 9?
Should you put in photos with other people or is that bad?
Not anyone who's better looking than you.
Yikes, can't put in any of my friends then.
Oh wait, this is cute, but all my friends in that are cute, so I'm not gonna use that actually.
How about we just go with this for now? You should take a look. They're great. They're just funny.
About me, 500 words or characters?
Oh no, this is the hardest part. The photos I thought were hard, but this is harder.
Do you know what is always good for me? Nice little one-liner.
How about something nice and relevant, like, I'll be your tiger queen.
Architecture major, will build you house.
How about, I'll build you a house if you wipe my ass.
No, I'm not putting that.
That's not her.
Chill.
And then you can regulate the age and distance.
I have to do 19 maybe, because there'd be sophomores in college, but I'm trying to avoid first years because I can't do that.
Cool. This is what we're at now. How do I... Okay.
University of Tampa.
She clicking through the picture. She clicking.
I'm just
oh God! Oh God! I'm the whitest boy I've ever seen.
I really only used her for maybe 10 minutes last Sunday, and then I had a busy week, so I didn't really look at it. But based on notifications, I haven't really looked at either. I've had 3 matches and I think 3 super likes. Although one of them is Alex, my housemate, because he told me that.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Spicy?
I know. Y'all are blowing out of proportion. I've heard that friends super like each other or whatever.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, exactly. So it's chill.
No, I have a super liked Gage, a super liked Angel, a super liked Alex,
Dude,
super liked a couple of other people. All in my.
You just give that out to everyone.
I'm trying to finish my goddamn pea set.
You're lame for working on your pea set instead of hanging out with us.
In these dry times, maybe you'll see someone you already know, or someone established from class or something, or school or something, and they'll swipe right and you swipe right, and it's a deposit in the bank for later. But otherwise it's dry out there right now. It's dry out there. You recognize this dude?
I might have seen one.
Anyway, so this guy keeps eating the TD dining hall. I matched with him on Tinder.
You could just be like, I've seen you around TD a lot and I think you're very attractive. And that would probably do the job. Just call him cute, bro.
No, I'm too shy to just call someone cute over the phone who I'd never
There's literally
spoken
zero
to.
consequences. We're in a quarantine.
Seen you down at lunch in TD, love your style. To Adi, the hot grad student who eats at Timothy Dwight College.
I don't know, I got a notification today. It said, social distancing doesn't mean disconnecting. We're making Passport, our swipe around the world feature, free. So I guess it was like, now we can like look at people in Europe or some shit like that.
I'm texting a guy from Mexico.
On my Tinder.
Because we passported to my hometown. I can be your pussycat.
No!
And then I'm just gonna cap it off with Papi Chulo.
What is that? Oh man. Well, I'll let you know if he responds, I guess.
I passported to Berlin, and I googled hipster location Berlin or hipster neighborhood Berlin, and I got a couple hipster neighborhoods, so I passported there. And the people there were very interesting and very hot.
Don't build me a house, build me a home. Someone just messaged me an alien emoji with the like Spock. I have the response from the guy that Angel messaged. I mean, he asked where I'm from.
And I'll say, wherever you want me to be from, baby.
I can't believe this guy responded to that. He's not gonna believe that this like hot girl on Tinder is messaging stuff like,
wait, that's so nice.
Papi Chulo.
Does the crowd
You
want...
also for sure don't know stuff like Que pedo way.
He doesn't know that. I said you inspired me to make a Tinder now.
Oh, amazing.
So I created Tinder about a week ago. I used it for 2 days. And then I rendered it pointless. So I haven't used it since.
You know, I hop on the swipes every now and then, but it's mostly for my own entertainment. I'm not trying to break quarantine.
Because I can't meet any of these people. And I have no intention of creating, how is it that Mom put it, investment? Is that what she said?
There's this guy that I like, we have mutual friends prior to quarantine. And let's just say like, I slid into his DMs technically. It was kind of mutual. And then he's a film studies major, so I like kind of shot my shot and was like, hey, do you have any movie recs? And then we've kind of been going on movie dates over Zoom/Netflix parties. We also Snapchat a lot, so.
Around here, I spoke with one Yale person on Tinder. I guess that was successful. And yeah, but there wasn't much that one can do about it, you know. I gave him my number at the end. And I just said, well, hit me up if and when all this shit blows over if you want. He was like, yeah, for sure.
I don't think I've opened Tinder in like a week, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like there are other romantic prospects occupying my time/mental space. So, so even though Tinder like was more about just like messing around, it just like feels for me kind of wrong to like be going on these Zoom movie dates while using Tinder.
Like there's nothing I can do, you know? So I might as well just passport wherever and start looking for interesting shit if I'm just gonna be having virtual conversations anyway. No chance in the first place to be hanging out with anybody, then how does it make a difference?
I think this definitely has way more long-term potential than using Tinder.
What should I call this documentary?
Long distance nut.
Cyber Tinder.
Tinder's already cyber. That's like a...
Tinder sucks.
Dude, see swipe.
Swipe on me. I'll build you a house if you swipe my ass.
Oh my god. How about just swiped?
Yeah, like...
I like swiped.
With an exclamation.
Swiped.
No, let's get towel. Okay, let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Everybody's accounted for. All right, so I wanna just address a couple things. Number 1 is a laundry schedule, which I will make after this, where everybody has a day to do their laundry. You have to do your laundry on that day. Number 2, the house needs to be clean. And that means by everyone. If everybody washed their own dishes, you guys wouldn't have to do dishes.
Nobody's gonna follow that rule.
Well, then it's gonna get rotated and everybody's gonna have to help. Melody has some news she'd like to share now.
Trader. Oh, he has a temperature and he's not feeling very well.
That means that he possibly could be sick with the corona. So you might have to tell your job too, because he was here yesterday. Don't wipe your corona off in here.
Okay,
Where you been?
Isn't no here.
You didn't do anything from the time you left here until the time you just
Oh
came
yeah,
back.
went to North Haven, went to Bridgeport, and I went to North Haven.
And now you're about to go to New Haven.
No, I'm about to go to New Haven.
We gotta keep our tenant happy.
I was just in New Haven.
I'm sorry. She just texted me.
You leave me alone. How about that?
Whichever, if they're both the same.
At least, if not more than $1 million for feeding America during this time. Wow. David.
In New York right now, running over $1,000 a week. If you're not going out.
Stop for a second. There are more captive types.
Hey all you cool cats and kittens! Jacob was feeling kind of sick the other day. He let us know that he had a fever. How's he doing now?
He is totally fine. He doesn't have a fever anymore. He thinks it's just a cold or something.
Well, what about work? Has he been back?
No, he has to get a doctor's note and then he can go back. He's like very bored, I don't know.
Not too many parents are like really interactive with it. It's pretty cool. Yeah. A lot of them I think are working because I had a lot of CNA parents who are just too busy to deal.
It's probably the last thing on their to-do list, especially with everything going on and the stress and the anxiety and everything.
This isn't good to me.
Just in case things get tough. Make sure we have a backup plan. My backup plan is my pennies.
Now we're about to go down like a hill. We're just gonna vibe.
Throw it to me first, and I'll throw it back.
It's really fun.
I made the cat look.
You see that nigga? Good catch. Bad show.
Anthony, don't get on your nerves.
We're gonna go to get like things for tomorrow, like breakfast.
Sorry. Yeah.
We're going to CVS because that place
Yes.
is closed. Shut up!
She just called my name.
Oh, social media.
Yes,
like Marie.
I have a very good too.
Alexa, turn volume up.
Both of them can go together.
Let's make a list of all of the things that we can do together as a family.
We can do some yard work right now.
No, mommy. This is not the place. I have an idea. Yeah, you wouldn't like it anyway. Just say it. We're all open
Just
for
say it.
ideas. You wouldn't like it.
Say the idea. Say it with your chest.
Be proud of your ideas, Serene.
It's fine.
It's fine. What is it?
It's fine.
Let's
No.
get Jake about it. It's not a game.
Yeah, it'll be a game for him trying to get back inside.
Entrance, like a door, it'll be unlocked. Somebody will be holding it open, and you have to run as fast as you can. We'll close it, and you have to go to the next one.
This doesn't sound like a game.
We should have a scavenger hunt with the neighbors and.
Wait, what?
Never mind.
No,
Wait,
no,
listen,
no.
listen.
We close them right away. Close them right away as just a neighbor.
Listen, and then we hide Shyla, and whoever finds her gets to keep her. Not us.
With the neighbors?
Yeah. All you need to buy is clothes.
Jacob, why are you coughing?
Why can't he cough?
Was that a dry cough or a wet cough?
Why can't he cough? Why can't he cough?
What?
Better be some moisture in that cough, boy.
You heard what I just said? It's like a natural thing that happens.
No, five.
Hey, yours is on fire,
Yeah. And like all of them. Wait.
I'll be back.
And then come make the juice?
Yeah.
Okay. Love you. That was a less than enthusiastic. I love you. This is what 20 looks like to me.
French toast.
Yeah, French toast and bacon and strawberries and blueberries and home fries. You want chocolate?
Oh, these are just way too big.
Unique, what kind is the one you made?
It has cream cheese and pecan frosting.
I want that. Give me a little plate. No. I don't like it.
3, 2,
It's
1.
like dark.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Unique. Happy birthday to you. Wait, what? Are you what?
No,
Are you
no,
2?
we're not doing
Are
that.
you 3? Are you 4? Are you 5? Are you 6? Are you 7? Are you 8? Are you 9? Are you 10? Are you 11? Are you 12? Are you 13? Are you 14? Are you
Just skip to
16?
18
Are you
and up
17?
more.
Are you 19? Are you 19? Are you 20? Are you 21?
Yay!
The governor has ordered residents to remain at home.
I also want to thank those of you who are staying at home.
Just stay the at home.
And sometimes it feels a little bit like we're the 5 of us on vacation, like somewhere. I know that sounds terrible, but you came home, and James and Claire never leave, and I don't go anywhere either, so we're together, the 5 of us again.
Nobody leaves the house except for essential trips to the grocery store, and so we are all here the whole time. Wake up around about 6:30.
Now I wake up around like noon and basically just socialize, but via online.
I do my schooling online here. I do work. I dread work.
Have you been doing any schoolwork?
I want to eat snappies.
Okay.
And I'm still teaching and I'm still trying to get my students online, but my work day has been reduced. So that means that gives me a ton more time to do all the other things I want to do that are just kind of like all the domestic chores, like the laundry and cleaning the bathroom.
It's actually a very positive experience in my eyes. I'm actually really enjoying it.
A bercer mon cœur pour la vie. Amen.
We're cooking more.
Well, I enjoy cooking, I always have, but I think most people get stuck into the same 5 to 10 recipes that they know everybody likes and they like, and so just keep doing the same thing. This is giving me an opportunity to look into different recipes and branch out more, and so it's fun. And it's not just me, my wife and some of my children are doing it as well, and that's really fun.
MasterChef Season 5, Episode 13. One of my favorite cooking shows.
I look forward to the cocktail hour, which comes never too soon.
No, I do.
Yeah. Yes, it is. When I was in Spartacus, they said, okay, your line is, I'm Spartacus. I said, but my name's Louis. Yes, I do all my own stunts. But I take double wage. Oh, Louis, well done.
It's just like, if you don't want to be old and frail right now.
You just don't want to get, I mean, the death rate's up to like 80% now.
Jesus.
You know, like,
I swear it's getting stronger.
3 or 4 weeks ago, the death rate was at 7%.
Yeah.
You know, so of the people that are tested and haven't, almost 1 in 5 are dying. You know, again, because what's it compromise the immune system? Like, you know, if you smoke maybe, if you have asthma, you know, if you're exposed to solvents in the workplace or something, who knows?
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
Can I hear a little clear?
Yeah. You say goodnight to Grandma?
Good night.
She said goodnight. So we have a few masks. If you're itching to get out and, you know, take a trip to that store because you love it so much.
Yes, I'm a little nervous about going out and deciding that I really like it and then wanting to repeat that.
Yeah.
And thinking, no, you
Yeah.
just need to keep doing
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna hit here. So,
Well, also in the local
yeah.
news, a nurse died from St. Joe's, you know, from coronavirus.
Yes, exactly.
You know, so.
Yes. And his wife is in
And sick.
Lodi or something.
And she's sick, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just
Right.
sad.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I definitely feel more anxious. I feel really worried for people I know and even just for people I don't know. I don't want to get sick. I really don't want to get sick, and I don't want anybody I know to get sick. I don't want anybody in my family to get sick.
Life is good right now, and to contract the virus would change everything, so I'm not going to get it.
Why do the stars glow above? Don't they know it's the end of the world? It ended when I lost.
How about we sing Traffic Cop first? Traffic. Traffic. Virus go. Virus stop. Highly contagious. Even if there was
wasn't in sickness, I don't think I would choose to come home. But being forced to be home, I can learn how to be a more patient person, learn how to live a slower life, which I think is something that's very valuable.
I see trees of green, red roses too.
I think temporarily people will be extremely happy once this is done, because we all will have learned new skills and we'll all have learned how to exist in a much more simple way. And then people are going to be extremely happy when they can actually start getting back together and seeing family and friends and going to places and doing things. So I think ultimately once we get over the short term, I think appreciation for life will increase across the board. I think everybody's going to really understand the value of life, at least temporarily, and that'll be a good thing.
Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful
La mer qu'on voit danser le long des golfes clairs a des reflets d'argent. La mer
Estoy en casa por el coronavirus. Está afectando pues el estado de Connecticut y el gobernador no quiere que estemos trabajando. Yo trabajo en una escuela con niños. Creo que voy a hacer un video de la malama red pijama para mandárselo a los niños míos. Because they know that's my favorite week. Choo choo choo. What are you doing, choo choo choo? Estando en casa me siento segura, pero también me preocupa el saber que mi esposo tiene que ir a trabajar, porque es imposible saber si él tuvo contacto con alguien. Pues simplemente hay que tomar las medidas como preventivas, es para proteger y prevenir cualquier contagio. ¿Con el jabón? No. Los voy a echar en la ensalada, chiquito. I need like 3 eggs.
I feel comfortable staying at home. I feel comfortable not having to really have fear for it.
Le dijeron que tenía que pedir, o que si pedía no sé cuántos respiradores, muchos. Entonces él dijo que no eran necesarios, que porque no había crisis. Entonces ellos le dijeron que era para prepararse para la crisis. Entonces él no quiso escucharlos y ahorita están desesperados esperando los benditos respiradores que el presidente no quiso pedir cuando se le dijo. Entonces lo estaban entrevistando y le decían que las personas que están en riesgo de morir porque no hay respiradores, que es culpa de quién, si el presidente tuvo la culpa. Él dice que nadie tuvo la culpa, porque a él, que si ellos hubieran podido planear las cosas desde un principio, pues obviamente lo hubieran hecho, que eso es una cosa nueva, que es algo que nadie sabía que podía ocurrir y que ta. Pero en realidad, si se supone que le dijeron que los pidiera, ya le habían dicho que podía ocurrir una crisis así en un futuro, que tenían que estar preparados porque el país no estaba preparado y él nunca quiso escuchar. Y ahora dice que es algo que nadie nunca lo había pensado.
Que le ponga un poquito de freno a la prepotencia. Y yo creo que Claudia López debe entender que le gusta o no el presidente colombiano.
Ven acá que papi te quiere ver. Rápido, rápido, rápido. Ay, qué lindo está. Vas a pasar la mano. Ay, chiquito, ay, yo bonito que tiene la bebé. Ay, la princesa.
Hurry up, papi, I'm hungry. Te mandamos unas servilletas, no te las hicieras. Tú nos trajiste con todas 4 servilletas, ¿qué tal, cañón? Aquí nos conectamos a todos a través. Ok. Padre Santo, te damos gracias. No solamente porque nos provees con alimento, con salud, sino porque estamos todos juntos con bien en este momento tan difícil para todo el mundo. Te pido, Señor Santo, que nos guíes y nos ayudes en este momento. Nos des tu sabiduría para poder aprovechar las reflexiones y las soluciones que salgamos de ahora en adelante. Te pido por todos mis hijos, por nuestra familia aquí en Colombia, para que seas tú, Señor, quien marque nuestro destino. Te amamos, Señor. Por favor, siempre miramos con agrado. Amén.
I wash my hands to 20 seconds so I don't get sick.
I've not really been thinking about it, the spread. It's not really been on my mind.
If you touch something with spiders, you get sick, and if you touch another people, they get sick too.
My dad has been going outside, but he usually covers himself up or he protects himself.
You can't touch your friends. Only you family.
We are taking precautions like making sure that we clean the mail before we take it and staying inside a lot. So I feel like nobody's really going to get it.
I'm scared of the virus because I don't want to get sick.
I feel a little scared that maybe just pure coincidence somebody walks by and they might have it, but they don't know.
Okay, tarán.
Did you do your shopping all in one place?
In one spot. One spot is minimizing the risk. Ta-da! Ta-da!
Hey, you got a potato so we can have a picnic. That's right, you got it.
At work, I do have the option to take up to 4 weeks. I only do have. I'm not really sick, but it's just preventive.
Because the age and the
Diabetes.
is high risk.
Diabetes. Not sure.
For now, we are celebrating to stay over here 2 weeks.
Oh yes.
Without going out.
Starting today?
Yes, we're starting right now.
So let's go from up and down, reach and peak. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
And then he goes into this great canyoneering. I'm talking to Pablo. Can I finish talking to Pablo, please? You're really, really, really demanding, I must say.
Oh, but really, do you have to deal with it or do I have to deal with it?
Okay, can you remind me how to play this?
My name is Clara Casa, and I'm 13 years old, and I was born in Denmark, but we moved here twice. And I'm in 7th grade.
How do you know me?
Because you're my brother. How many?
25?
24.
Oh my god.
Can you help me? It's jammed. I have no idea what the disadvantages are. Okay, so my schedule is Mondays I go to school, then I come home, do my homework. Next morning I have early on Wednesdays, then Thursdays, and then Fridays, and then Saturday mornings I take the bus directly to my dance school or art school, and then I have a piano lesson and band, and then I go home by 7 and I do my homework, and then I dance right after 6. That's it. I have a lot on my plate because I choose to.
Why do you choose to put a lot on your plate?
Because actually I don't know. I only disappoint myself. Then why do I have to talk about it again?
So do you think mom and dad are tough on you?
No, not as tough as other parents.
Do you think mom and dad use me as an example?
They don't really say oh, you have to be like him when you get older, but well, I feel pressured to get into a good school and then get really good grades in high school.
Why?
Because my brother had it. Because when I hear that you got into Yale, this good school, I kind of feel a little pressured also, kind of, because what if I don't get into a good school? What if I get into UConn or something? Will they be as proud?
Do you think they wouldn't be?
No, I think they would. I don't know though. There's just something that tells me that they wouldn't. Well, it's not sure. Is maybe I might go to a public UConn. Who knows? I might even be in Denmark, and that'll be completely free. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna be one of those really smart kids in high school, or I may be just average. But you were valedictorian. I don't think I can do that. I am maybe smart. Just not really, really smart.
Is one of your friends really, really smart?
Yeah.
Regardless, are you ever jealous of how smart they are?
Sometimes, because it looks like they don't put any work into it whatsoever. They do, but it looks so easy for them. That's what I mean.
Do you think they're perfectionists?
Definitely. Some of them are, definitely. They get mad at themselves if they have an A.
Do you try and get as good grades as her?
Who, Suki?
Yeah.
I try, but I don't really succeed. Because she gets almost all A+. Sometimes I feel pressured from my friends being perfectionists because they're no, I need to do this, because I need to get a better grade or whatever. And then I feel oh wait, maybe I should get a better grade since they're doing it, Literally Homework. Yes, but I'm so tired.
Why are you tired?
Because I'm tired.
Do you ever get tired of doing it all?
Yes, sometimes I just feel like I just need to lay down and just not do anything for the whole day.
Does it ever stress you that you're my sister?
Sometimes. You sure about that?
Yeah. Why? Why do you come up with Pablo?
Because it's kind of obvious he's a favorite.
Are you annoyed by my success?
Sometimes. I feel like a little jealous.
What about that annoys you?
Because I feel like then I can't, like, be as perfect as you.
Would you say you're often stressed?
Yeah. I think I'm often stressed because there's so much on my plate.
No, what I'm saying that I would see myself being busy. At that your age, I would be busy, but I wouldn't say I was stressed. Do you understand the difference between the two words?
Yeah.
And that's what I would wish that you would feel like that. Busy but excited, or you know what I mean?
But I don't sometimes.
Yeah, because it's too much.
I know that I'm stressed. I don't know how to explain it, but I just know. Because there's a difference between busy, because busy means that you're happy about having all that stuff. But stress means that sometimes you just think it's too much. I'm not saying always, but sometimes. For instance, with the work, I'm not saying that dance is a bad thing at all. I'm just saying with the work on top of that, it's hard to manage. Also, with piano practicing.
What can we do to help you?
She pressures herself a lot, and I don't think she should do that.
You know? You need to just clear say, he's a favorite. Just admit it.
No, I never say that. But we are kind of sad that you had to be so hard on yourself, you know?
You know, I'm stressed about like all of homework and all of that. And maybe just like understanding more. I don't know. It's just because you're my brother, and I feel like I also want to be as good as you.
Chinese health authorities are still working to identify the virus behind a pneumonia outbreak in the central city of Wuhan.
A preliminary investigation into a mysterious pneumonia outbreak in China.
It's from the same family that caused the deadly SARS epidemic.
At least 45 people have contracted the virus.
3 people have already died from this illness, which has spread to at least 3 other Asian countries.
The authorities say it passed to humans from animals.
A Washington state resident fell ill after returning from Wuhan, China.
The coronavirus death toll rising. This as there are now more than 12,000 cases confirmed.
There are now more than 31,500 confirmed cases worldwide.
A regional outbreak in the city of Wuhan, China is now spreading across Europe.
It's a very full-blown pandemic. Major lockdown in Italy, the government banning travel.
Across the north and east of the country are now in quarantine.
All non-essential workers to stay
Today
home.
I am officially declaring a national emergency.
My name is Victoria Adams. I am 5.
Do you know why we're staying inside? Like, you know what's going on?
The virus.
What's going on in the world right now?
All I know is the coronavirus. That's what we're doing.
What is the coronavirus?
It's a virus. I don't know everything. Remember, I'm just 5. Everything in the world.
Do you remember what you felt like when you heard about it? Can you talk about how you first felt?
I felt like, what's going to happen, like, because the first time, the virus wasn't everywhere here. It was in China still, and we were going to stores to get birthday stuff for my birthday and William's birthday. And William put something in his mouth, and Mom said, "No, Bobby." And Mom said, "No, virus." And I said, "What did you just say? Virus." That's the first I heard about the virus.
I'm David Adams, and I am Victoria's father. We've been in lockdown, quarantine now for a little more than 4 weeks, and we're doing everything we can to keep things normal and positive as possible here. A day doesn't go by that you don't hear about or talk about or think about the virus. Turn on the television, that's all that's on the news right now. So we're doing everything we can, my wife and I, to make sure that our family's safe and secure and insulated to an extent with what they're hearing and seeing on television. And Victoria's 5, gonna be 6 years old soon, and she's a little girl. She doesn't need to be scared and doesn't need to be thinking about this all the time. Katie and I are doing everything we can to make sure that she's happy and gets to do what little girls do. Play with her Barbies, play with her little brother. Just keep it as normal as possible.
I'm not that bored because there's like lots of things to do in the house, play in my room, make forts, or play under the table. There's like lots of things to play in the house. And we can still play outside, so like we get some fresh air. We do like other crazy things too, like play animals, like play kitchen. We just play random things. I eat lunch, breakfast, dinner, and then sometimes I just eat a little snack if I get hungry.
And then what did Mommy make for breakfast this morning?
French toast.
That was delicious.
And then I ate a bowl of cereal for another breakfast.
Wait, what? You had 2 breakfasts?
Yeah.
What?
I was just hungry.
When something really bad happens and something really scary happens around the world or in this country, who would you want to be with? I mean, this is something going on right now. Bad. Who would you want to be with? Who do you want to make sure is safe? And that's your family. And as a father, I've got all my children with me. We're fortunate enough to have a home with electricity and running water and food. We're together. We're good. We feel good. We don't have to worry about that anxiety of what if or how are they, wonder what's going on. My children are with me in my home, and that's comforting. I've gotten to see you every day, haven't I?
Because the virus.
Oh, yeah?
Sorry, Daddy.
What's going on with the virus? What's the virus?
Do
I have it?
That.
Do I have it?
No.
How am I supposed to cough? How about this? Touch everything.
No, you cough
Ew,
like this.
I did. Oh, like in my elbow?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Why?
Like that.
What does that do?
Because that covers your germs and then people don't get sick.
How long do you think we're going to be inside for?
We might not even have my birthday because the president said it might even stay for... It's probably going to stay until my birthday. And
When's your birthday?
Mom, Miss Katie has to tell me that.
You don't know your birthday?
I don't know. Look on the calendar. I'm not thinking about everything right now. I hope we're back to normal soon. If we're morning, well, I will be so fine and good to make for home. This time I will be knowing this is my beauty tonight, and this is better than any time.
William's sleeping. Seriously. So weird.
So you can come home.
I know, baby. It's just so weird.
What's so weird?
This. You can't hug.
warned the nation to be prepared for a really rough 2, even 3 weeks. And the numbers are simply mind-boggling.
Sean, we are catching fresh hail.
6.6 million Americans filed for unemployment.
Death toll higher than any other country.
And there'll be a lot of death, unfortunately.
23,000 lives.
Behaving like a forest fire.
Chilling new video from Italy's front lines.
1 million confirmed cases. There will be more deaths.
The worst global crisis since World War II.
Just talk to me about how you've just, in general, how you've been feeling.
I don't know. I don't know. Wait. I don't remember.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Victoria. Happy birthday to you.
How old are you?
6.
6?
Look at her t-shirt, Pops.
Oh, man.
So, Victoria, we didn't get you a birthday present, so you have to tell us when we can get out to go shopping. What do you want?
Oh, you want to think about it?
Yeah.
Okay, you think about it.
Victoria.
Did-
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Victoria. Happy birthday.
Say thank you.
Digital birthday.
Digital birthday.
This long distance birthday.
She said yesterday, Mommy, I'm going to tell you what my wish is for my birthday. And I said, well, baby, if you tell me, then it won't come true. And she said, but I really want to tell you this one. And I said, okay, what is it, baby? And she goes, I wish that everybody with this crazy virus would get better. And I said, oh, baby. So sweet. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Victoria. Happy birthday to you. All right, baby. Try it again. I know they're very yay, babe. Great job.
You
Happy
smell
birthday.
like a monkey and look like one too. Say happy birthday, Sissy!
All right, let's get these candles out.
Yeah, you
We
want some
can
cake?
eat.
Every morning I would take her. Every morning I was safer. I didn't know what to say. In the future day, now I will be for finding good to make her. Now it's better up a notch tonight.
Dear filmmakers, thank you for your courage, kindness, humor, and adaptability. It's been said that it's not the strongest or the most intelligent who will survive, but those who can best manage change. Our world has changed, but art remains. Art outlasts. You have demonstrated that you are capable of adapting in unprecedented circumstances to make what lasts. It has been a privilege to work with you. I eagerly anticipate your next triumph. Please stay safe and wash your hands. All the best, Sandra.
Some folks like to get away, take a holiday from the neighborhood. Hop a flight to Miami Beach or to Hollywood. But I'm taking a Greyhound on the Hudson River line. I'm in a New York state of mind. I've seen all the movie stars in their fancy cars and their limousines. Been high in the Rockies, under the evergreens. I know what I'm needing, and I don't want to waste more time. I'm in a New York state of mind. It was so easy living day by day, out of touch with the rhythm and blues. But now I need a little give and take. The New York Times, the Daily News. Comes down to reality, and it's fine with me, 'cause I've let it slide. Don't care if it's Chinatown or on Riverside. I don't have any reason left there more behind. I'm in a New York state of mind. Touch with the rhythm and blues. But now I need a little give and take. The New York Times, the Daily News. Whoa, it comes down to reality. 'Cause I've let it slide. I don't care if it's Chinatown or on Riverside. I don't have any reason. I left them all behind. I'm in a New York state of mind. Greyhound on the Hudson River
line. Piece of legislation today. President Trump signed it this afternoon. He invited no Democrats to be there for the signing ceremony, but given the lack of respect for social distancing inside the White House. Nancy Pelosi, Madam Speaker, it's an honor to have you with us tonight. Thank you for taking time to join us.
Thank you. My honor to be with you. Thank you for all that you're doing to make sure people know what the challenge is that we face in this very sad time. Thank you, Rachel.
Well, thank you for saying so. This is the single most expensive piece of legislation ever passed, as far as we can tell, in terms of dollars. Your office just put out a statement moments ago on the president using the Defense Production Act. I do feel like, though, I have to ask you about what happened today with Congressman Thomas Massey of Kentucky, this Republican congressman, calling for a recorded vote, this remarkable scene of members of Congress basically fighting their way back to Washington in order to be here because he was going to insist on a recorded vote. You were seen talking to him on the House floor before he raised his objection today. Can I just ask you what you said to him and what your view is on what he did today?
Well, I tried to be respectful of his enthusiasm for his idea, but I did tell him that it wasn't going to work, that we will have a voice vote, that he was just, and it wasn't going to hold us up too much, and recommended that he take his enthusiasm to the floor and speak about why he was unhappy, and let that be his statement, instead of making a statement that wasn't going to work, that wasn't even going to register on the clock more than like 1 minute. That we still have to do more emergency something in mitigation, but our next thrust will be about recovery and how we can create good paying jobs so that we can take the country into the future in a very strong way, not let any nuisance stand in the way. And that's really what he was, a dangerous nuisance. But later in the day, we saw the president sign the bill, and he was a dangerous president. It was so sad to hear him say as he signed the bill, just think back 20 days. 20 days ago, everything was great. Everything was great. And now, 20 days later, we have this challenge. No, 20 days ago, we had nearly 500 cases, 17 deaths. We had the threat that he chose to ignore. And now we have about 100,000 cases and over 1,500 deaths. And he's still in that state where a rule that we've been asking for a while to make sure that these people who are providing care are protected in the workplace, in addition to having the equipment, which is part of the rule.